Closing arguments today as local father and son business owners are on trial accused of stealing more than $1 million in COVID-19 relief funds. We are now in day 7 of this federal fraud trial. Izaf and Tarek Freitag are the owners of La Shish Kebab restaurant in Charlotte, and they are accused of conspiring to take more than $1.7 million in COVID-related business loans.
Well, closing arguments now are over, and the case is now in the hands of the jury. Our chief legal correspondent, Seema Iyer, the only local reporter in the courtroom, was there for it all. She joins us live right now. Seema, closing arguments were the defense's big chance now to turn things around. So tell us, were they able to do that today?
They scored a lot of points. Now, first up was Izat's lawyer, and then following that was Tarek's lawyer. Both lawyers asked the very important question was why the lead investigator never actually went to La Shish Kebab restaurant, actually making the analogy, it's like a homicide crime scene. Wouldn't you go there? Wouldn't you check it out? And more importantly, wouldn't you be looking for the computer, right? The literal smoking gun. But the lead investigator didn't do that. Also, both lawyers really spent a lot of time talking about the American dream and how Izaf came to this country, and almost, in essence, using that narrative of the immigrant story, build the rags to riches, all of it, to their advantage by detailing his journey. Now, Izat's lawyer specifically, he kept saying to the jury, this theme that you hear a lot in defense arguments. Why would he do this? Would a real criminal do this? Would a real criminal steal $1.7 million and then go to the U.S. Attorney's Office? Would a real criminal call the police? Now, that narrative works if the jury is comparing Izat or someone accused to themselves, a reasonable person. But it's not going to work if they think, well, criminals think differently, right? Then up was Tarek's lawyer. And let me tell you, Tarek's lawyer was ripped out of a John Grisham novel. He is a Southern charmer. At one moment, he's talking about his mom, then he's talking about his minister dad. He compared the lead investigator to a greased pig, and then he invoked Thomas Jefferson, Abe Lincoln, Marilyn Monroe. You name it, he sold it. He wove in the law and the facts along with his folksy sense of humor and emotion. And I think, if anything, it kept the jury really engaged. And finally, although we still haven't seen anything from Khyber, this is the third party that Izat and Tarek are blaming this whole thing on. But Tarek's lawyer did say, hey, we have a stack of documents from Khyber. Jurors, take this into the jury room and look at it. So we shall see. Guys.
All right. So that was the defense. Let's talk about the prosecution now. Did they have any kind of a smoking gun in their closing statements?
They did. Now, I know you two may be too young to remember, but the OJ trial had a very prominent witness named Kato Kalin. Well, this trial has a Kato, and his name is Zuhair Kato. And follow me for a minute. Zuhair Kato is someone that Tarek knew from growing up overseas. Zuhair lives and works in Texas. Tarek bought a car from Zuhair in Texas. Hear me out. However, the PPP application had Zuhair Kato as an employee of La Shish Kebab restaurant here in Charlotte. Zuhair's boss testified during this trial and said he's never even been to North Carolina. So to me, that was the big smoking gun, especially because Tarek wasn't as connected to this case. Also, guys, some other notable points is that the prosecution really pointed out the wife, Izat's wife, and his other daughter as almost unindicted co-conspirators, that they were part of this conspiracy to steal from the government. And finally, they just went all in on Khyber's bogus. If Khyber was this malicious actor stealing from people, then why are they giving the Freitags of $1.7 million? You don't give.
Right.
You take away, right,
Seema,
guys?
I have to ask you, because this case, it just has so many interesting parts to it. And you talk about the Kato Caitlin reference, then you talk about, the wife and the daughter.
Yeah.
So we've heard so much about the flashy, lavish celebrity lifestyle with Tarek Freitag, especially on his side. Social media on Instagram. How much of a factor will social media play into this whole case about taking money?
You know, it's really funny because it's raining, as you can see, and our videographer, Trevor, just saw Tariq and said, is that him? And the reason he recognized him is that in all this rain, Tariq is in a souped-up suit, and he's in shades, and he's coming out of a huge black SUV. I think the prosecution was very tame in not reintroducing all of that evidence of Tariq's wife by the orange BMW, you know, the Instagram pictures, the social media. However, let's not forget that initial $1,000 that was claimed to have been given to Kyber was actually, according to the prosecutors, given to a social media company for followers. Now, how much of that is influencing this jury? I hope not, because remember, jurors are specifically instructed to not watch the news, right? Not look on social media, not follow Instagram. So their knowledge of Tariq's notoriety should be limited. Also important to note, Tariq, I believe, hasn't made any films and hasn't really been in that Hollywood lifestyle for a long time, which again plays into his motive for perhaps for being involved in this fraud. But the prosecutors, to their credit, they stuck to the documented evidence, the bank records, the tax returns, the emails, and all of the witnesses that flew in from all around this country. And by the way, guys, I did find out today that this, in fact, this PPP fraud trial here in Charlotte, two of the prosecutors are actually from Main Justice in Washington, D.C., and this trial in our hometown is now setting the stage as a test trial for COVID-related fraud cases in this country. So believe you me, everyone wants to know what happens. And Verdict Watch continues tomorrow morning, 9 a.m.
And just as you told us from day one, you said the jury made up of just regular folk, is how you put it. You know, maybe upper 30s
Regular
into their
folks.
40s. So just when you look at all the just the moving
And
parts
older.
of this case.
And older, guys.
Yes, and older. Good stuff. Seema Iyer, thank you so much for breaking it down. We look forward to being able to get, when do you think we might be able to hear a verdict?
I think, you know, there's always this Friday factor, Alicia. So I think if not tomorrow, definitely Friday. But think about it. There are boxes and boxes. I am not joking. There are probably hundreds of thousands of pages of documents in the, you know, in computer form that they have to go through, and they probably will go through. So
well, we saw in the
I
video
think we're looking at tomorrow,
in
Friday.
all that the evidence rolling in. We saw in your video there as you were live coming in with the evidence of this case. So yes, lots to be able to break down. Seema Iyer, thank you so much.